this year. Masks off today, which is a big thing for us because wearing them for 8 hours a day is never nice. So excited about masks off today, but yeah, just excited to build a relationship with the local causes and have a good year, make some money and get to know you in the process where we can. So yeah, I'm with my team leader Mandy. She loves to talk, Mandy.
Mandy, I'm team leader. I've been here probably about nearly 12 years now. So I'm local to Godmanchester anyway. So yeah, do all we can to help the community.
Lovely.
Mandy and
me. Sarah?
Hello, good morning. My name's Sarah. I work at the funeral care branch in Huntingdon. And for those of you that don't know where the branch is, we're just 3 doors up from the George Hotel. So obviously we look after people who have just lost their loved ones, and we do our best to help them go through the grieving process. Obviously, because of the area we look after, we don't just look after local people. We do services for families that live many miles away, or for people that may have moved to this area, but have sort of originated from elsewhere. So it's a very rewarding job, but also very sad sometimes as well. But as I say, we're here, and on cue, my phone will ring. So do excuse me a moment. I just need to grab this.
No problem. Thank you, Sarah. We'll wait for Sarah to come back, I think, so that you can introduce yourself, Leanne, so she doesn't miss out. If she's a bit too long, then we'll just go ahead.
It's okay. I'll just eat more chocolate while I wait.
I think if you go ahead, Leanne, we're recording anyway, so then Sarah can catch up anyway at another time.
Okay, that's fine. Well, I'm Leanne. I'm the founder and director of Diamond Hampers, a community support organisation that supplies emergency food aid to people, but we do so much more than that too. We help people with building longer term solutions and therefore creating sustainability for themselves and their families, because providing emergency food support is something that is important, and it's something that we need to do in the very beginning when somebody is asking for help and they're in those emergency situations. But it's really important to sort of have a hands-on focused approach about helping people long term, so then that they can carry on living and living sustainably and independently without relying on the dependence of food support, because that's really important too. So we're very much of a sort of a hand up rather than a handout, and that's sort of our ethos, as well as redirecting waste, because we're very passionate about that and the environment, and we redirect around 25 tonnes of food waste every month. So we're doing quite large volumes of food waste every month, and it's having a huge positive impact on the environment and the people in the community. And it's very important to focus on sharing the world's resources rather than creating more stuff, because we don't need more stuff in the world, and it's important to share the stuff that we do already have.
Definitely, I agree. And you've opened a new store, haven't you, with household items as well? Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so we have 2 stores now. Obviously, I think you've probably heard of the pantry. It's where we do our affordable food, where we redirect our food waste. But yeah, we have a new store called The Attic, and that is where we redirect other kinds of waste. So that will be household furniture and clothing, and we make it affordable for people to access, but also while supporting local businesses. And we've created a rent-a-shelf area there too as well, so small local businesses can get involved that might ordinarily not be able to afford a shop space, but can afford a couple of shelves to help promote their handcrafted items, etc. So we do that in there too.
Thank you. So unfortunately our other 2 causes couldn't make it. So one cause is called Parent and Carers Hub, and they collect donations for families in terms of clothing, equipment, buggies and things like that. And they've got a storage unit in St Ives, and then they redistribute to families that may be in need, that have been referred to them, or make an appeal to them, give them a call. They've got a Facebook page. So I think it started off as a tiny little acorn locally in St Ives, and it's growing and growing. I visited them at their unit, and the unit was completely jam-packed. They'd started to organise into boxes, so it was ages of children to make it a little bit easier. So they're quite in their infancy. So they was chosen by our colleagues because of that, because they were sort of just starting up, to give them a little bit of a boost in terms of us promoting them and supporting them, obviously, with their payout at the end of the year. And then we have Huntingdon Mencap Society, that have been a co-op cause before, and they've got residential homes in and around Huntingdon and Godmanchester that support people with additional needs and disabilities. Living homes. They've also got Pinny's tea room in Godmanchester, where the service users will work and gain experience of working with the public, obviously cooking and budgeting and serving customers. And they do a lot in the community in terms of if they supported the Marcus Rashford move for free school meals in half term. So people could just come in and ask for a meal for their children during half term, no question. They were given a packed lunch. So they do things like that and support local care homes, like elderly care homes as well, with afternoon tea requests and things like that. They do kind of, is it a payback? So if I went in for a coffee and I thought, I've got a £10 note, I'm fine with giving the rest of the money after my coffee and cake back to Pennies. They could then gift that to another person that comes in that might be, they can see that they're struggling. They say, no worries, that's on us. Or it might be another situation where a family comes in for a free packed lunch for their children, but they can also offer the parents a sandwich each as well. So they do that as well. So what I'll do, I've put this on record if you're all okay with me sharing with the other 2 causes our meeting, so that they don't miss out. I've done a little slide as well that I'd like to show you so that we can explain a little bit better how it all works. So can you see that? You'll have to tell me yes, because I can't see you. Okay.
No.
You can though, can't you, Sarah?
Yeah, I can, honestly. Yeah, I've got
right,
X-ray
okay.
vision.
So you can't, can you see that meet and greet?
No.
Oh, right, okay.
I can see it. I
Right,
did
you
see it. I
can
can't
see it.
now.
You can't now. Right. Let me try again. So let's see if Sarah can see it. Present the modes. Can you see that, Sarah?
No.
No, I can see it just fine, so you're aware, Hannah.
Okay. Jim, can you see the screen, the meet and greet?
Yeah,
we can
yeah,
see it.
we can see it.
Right, okay. I'm sorry, Sarah, that you can't see it. I don't know why you can't
That's
see
okay.
that.
No, well, I've always been told I'm special, but yeah.
I will send it to you, no worries, but I'll talk through what it says.
All
So
right.
this says so this is the opening page, meet and greet, Huntingdonshire and Godmanchester, round 7 local causes, which is Diamond Hampers where Leanne is, Parent and Carers Hub, which is Rosie, and Huntingdon Mencap Society is Sue from Mencap, but Rika is at the Pinny's Tea Room. So you're round 7. How do I move it along? Next page. Oh, there we go. So since 2016, we our members have raised £100 million when they bought selected co-op branded products and services, as well as proceeds from the carrier bag levy, profits from sales of our reusable bags, and donations during fundraising activities. So that's quite a substantial amount. Oh, how do I? Oh, there we go. Oh no, it's gone too far. Sorry. No. Can't you tell I don't do this very often? There we go. So, press that again. Last year, with our round 6, we raised just over £5,000 between the, and that was split between the 3 causes. And you can see our celebrations there where we hand out the cheques. So as you know, co-op members with their blue cards, they log on to their account and they can choose you as a local cause. So that's where myself and you as a local cause will do some work in the community to make people aware that you're a co-op cause. So then people with a card can choose you if you're their favourite, or if you've got family anywhere over, in the country, they can use your specific URL to be able to choose you as a local cause, so that every time they shop in the co-op, or if they have co-op insurance or organise a funeral, they can choose any time they use that blue card, whether it be on the app or on the card, 2% will go back to them, and also 2% will go back into the community, 1% going to you, and the other 1% going towards our national charities that we support in appeals through the year. When you were welcomed as a local cause, I came and visited you briefly to welcome you in with a little goodie bag, and I created these posters for you. And then these photos, I think it's the Parent and Carers Hub, they use that actually for their part on the co-op app, so that you can see that where the money's going to, and it gives you a little sort of insight into what they do with their picture and a little description on the app when you have a look at what local cause you want to choose. So do you think that, Leanne, the poster's been helpful, or is there something else that I can do to help you?
It has. I was just thinking, do you have a PDF version of the poster?
Yes, I can send you that. Yeah, no problem.
That'd be really helpful. Thank you.
Yeah. Waiting for it to move. It's not moving. Oh, there we go. So when you applied to be a local cause, you had to put yourself on our Cooperate website, which is an online community centre. So you're all on there, so people are aware of you and what you do. Did you know that you can also, because you're on there already, you can also add your activity? So if there's an appeal right now that you're looking for volunteers, for instance, Leanne, for collecting any food from supermarkets that you partner with, you can actually add that as an activity so that you can reach people in that way if they're going to the website anyway. But also you can put that link onto your appeal, say on Facebook, and so they can register themselves as a volunteer for that activity for you. And you can also create a QR code from that. So it might be easier to display in your window, for instance, we're looking for volunteers, scan this QR code to register. So that might be a way that an easier way for you to use that. Yeah, I think I didn't actually realise that you could do that until recently. I thought it was literally you're just registering yourself as a service for the community to make them aware that you're there. I didn't realise that it was something that you could add to multiple activities that you provide. And down the middle, you can see these are all the tabs. If you're looking as a volunteer or somebody that's looking for an activity, that you can put under these kind of genres of different activities that your group might be doing. So obviously the volunteering is there, but you might be doing, I don't know, you might be doing an event locally where you've got a stall and you're appealing for donations for that stall, say like for Christmas that you did at Christmas, you might be appealing for donations. I'm sure there's a way of putting that on there, so then you can create a QR code for a poster to then advertise in your window or a digital poster on Facebook. So it's quite a good tool. It, to me, it's like a free advertising tool which is covering what you do specifically.
Yeah, no, I like that. It's really useful actually.
Yeah. So yeah, if you have a look at Cooperate again and see how to add your activity, that's there. Also, we've got a page on our co-op site for causes to help you to promote yourself with our co-op branding on there. So there's actually a poster there that you can edit digitally and then print it off or use digitally to encourage people to select you as your cause. Then it's got like the pictures that you can use as email headers or for your Facebook or Twitter accounts that you can use. Obviously there's other ways that you can promote your causes through social media, just by telling people we're a co-op cause. Did you know it costs you no extra when you with your shopping? Choose us as your local cause on your co-op account, and every time you shop we will benefit with you. Obviously there's local newsletters. I know that there's a newsletter that goes around Godmanchester. I presume there's one in Huntingdon that you might be able to get into. If any way I can support, if you'd like me to approach any kind of newsletters, or if there's a notice board or anything like that, I can help you, support you in doing some kind of article. If there's something specific you're appealing for, or volunteers, we can create something together and then put it to the Hunt's Post or any of the local newsletters. Obviously,
there's a little Huntingdon one. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Right.
I can't remember what it's called, but they did an article in there for us before. Yeah. I can't remember what it's called. I'll have to think about that and get back to you, but that might be a useful one to use.
It might be an idea for us to all three causes join together under the banner of we are co-op causes, and this is how you can support us when you shop in the co-op, when you arrange your funeral, when you use our insurance services, and this is how you do it. We could do something like collective, and then do a little piece on what each of you do. That might be an idea to get out there. Obviously, there's word of mouth. You see a lot of people, you talk to a lot of people, you email a lot of people. So to put something on the end of your email signature, that is a link. So you could use that picture, and when they click on that purple picture, it takes you straight to your URL page for them to just choose you as a cause. That's a really quick way to do it, that I've found that some people have done it in the past. Just waiting for this to catch up. Oh, there we go. So current totals I've had a look at last night. Diamond hampers, you're sitting at £77.93, and MenCap is £83.96, and Parent and Carers Hub is £38.45. So you can see there, you started in October, we're now January. So it's really good to every now and again have a little look on the app, and see what your total is, and think, oh yeah, I could do with it. It could do with a little bit of a push. So let's do something on Facebook or Twitter or something, or put something out just to remind people that to choose you as your cause. Some people think that it's connected to the store exclusively, and it's not. It's the co-op member choosing you, and they just choose to shop in the Godmanchester store. But if they went to Brampton, they went to St Ives, if they went to Sawtry, anywhere in the country, their co-op card is connected to you, not the store. So that is kind of a misconception, that people think that it's restricted, in that when they go into Godmanchester store, they're only supporting these three causes. But it works the other way as well, if you get what I mean. They could choose a cause in Scotland and shop in Godmanchester if they've got this unique URL, which I've put at the bottom of your pictures there on this slide, which is specific to you. It goes straight to your page. So what I'll do is I'll resend all of this to you, your information, so you might want to use these links to promote yourself. So this looks really complicated, and I thought to myself this morning, this looks like a right mess. But what I'm trying to say is that all of us are connected. So in the heart of everything is our community. And then what I've put around the edge is our three causes: Diamond Hampers, Pinnies and MenCap, and Parent and Carers Hub. But also on the other corner is all of the other local businesses, services, other causes, groups and organisations within our community. And then what connects all of that should hopefully be our colleagues. So you've got the Godmanchester store, you've got Cardinal Depot, where I work also in Godmanchester, and you've got the funeral care in Huntingdon. And then in the bottom right hand corner, you've got me. So what I try to do is connect with everybody in the community, with our colleagues and all of our causes together. So they like to call it the 4 C's, where we communicate, we collaborate, we connect and we cooperate. So how I do that with all of you is, we've got obviously our local community forum WhatsApp group, which sometimes you might think, well, nobody's really said anything for a week or two, but there are conversations that are always going on behind that WhatsApp group. So people are connecting outside of it. So they're having a conversation about something that they can do together, but they're both a part of that WhatsApp group. I'm finding more and more that when new people that I meet and I invite them to the WhatsApp group, they already know quite a lot of people on the WhatsApp group anyway. So the WhatsApp group started at the beginning of the pandemic because I had been in the role only a few months, and I had already had an in-person meeting arranged. And obviously all of that stopped, and I thought, well, how am I going to do it that's quick and easy without having to have kind of this meeting, really, to make it a bit more informal and something that's WhatsApp is in your phone, in your hand. So I started it, and it was really slow to begin with, but then it sort of got busier and busier. And I think that I hope that people find it helpful. If there's anything that you think, oh, I'd like some help, if you've got an appeal, for instance, Leanne, for volunteers or donations, anything, put it on that WhatsApp group, and you will be very, very surprised about the reaction. The latest one that we had was Jenny from Oak Tree Court. That's a residential supported living kind of organisation in Godmanchester. They are trying to fundraise for their Jubilee celebrations for residents. So don't want to outlay lots and lots of money themselves to be able to then create money. So they were asking for tombola prizes, bingo prizes, and even like crafty bits, like to make cards and things like that to be able to sell. And already she's been inundated with donations. I helped her by creating a poster that we've put in the Godmanchester notice board up in the store, and then we did an appeal on Facebook. So it does work that people will help you as much as they can from just putting a little message on the WhatsApp group. So don't forget about it. And if there's anybody that you think and you know that would benefit or contribute towards that group, it's not exclusive at all. It's anybody is welcome. I did once put it on Facebook about joining, and I got people from India trying to join. So I did take it off Facebook. But yeah, it's all about anybody that's in Huntingdonshire, really, that's like-minded and kind and would like to support any causes, they will do. So this is an example last year of how all of those connections can work together. So our cause at the time last year was Adams Rose, which is a bereavement support group. Then obviously we have funeral care, and we have the store together, and myself, and a local pub business. So what we did together was, on the WhatsApp group, it started from there. A lady on there that is a part of the Butterfly Project, where they started through sewing and putting together scrubs for the NHS, and then it's gone from that into making lots and lots of things for local causes, in terms of tote bags for food causes. What else have they made? Black blankets for old age pensioners, all sorts of things that they've made. And this lady, she's quite a crafty person anyway. She said, I've got lots of these organza bags hanging around. Does anybody want them? And I never say no to nothing. If I don't know somebody that needs something, I'll take it myself and think of something. So I said, I'll have them. I've been thinking about something in a way to connect Adams Rose with our funeral care. So we had the idea of putting together these little gift bags for the bereaved, so that they have a little note in there to say that Adams Rose is there, to make them aware that this bereavement support is there for them locally, but also a little nod to their loss, basically, to have a tea bag in there from the Black Bull. I approached them, I told them what we was planning. Absolutely, they gave me I can't remember how many tea bags, hundreds of tea bags, chocolates from the store, a little information leaflet from Adams Rose, and then they all goes in the bag. And it looks very, very simple, very, very easy, but it can make a big impact to that person by Sarah at Funeral Care just giving them that little bag. This is from a local bereavement support organisation locally. If you wanted to get in touch, the details are there. That's it. But you never know what a difference that could make to that person. So that's just an example of how something little sparked on the WhatsApp group. And then the Hunts Post were interested in the story, so it got in the paper, so it was made people more aware of what Adams Rose do, how the co-op support them, and what Funeral Care have done to support all of those. And then a local business got involved as well. So that's what it's all about, really, is connecting everybody together. And the ultimate goal is our mission, which is cooperating for a fairer world. Oh, now it said end of slide. Thank you very much, slide. So I'm not very good at being as clear as I'd like to be, but I hope that sort of went in terms of what we try to do, and what I'm all about, and how we can all support each other in raising more awareness of what you do in our community, and hopefully getting you as much as we can for your payout, which will be at the end of the year, normally October, November time. So is there anything that you would like to ask us, Leanne?
No, I don't think so.
Okie doke. What are your current plans with your cause at the moment?
I don't know. I think that there's always an element of winging it where so, and it's served me well so far. Well, we're obviously at the moment we're actually really struggling for donations at the moment. So that's when you said about the WhatsApp thing, I thought, oh, maybe I should put something on there. Over the last couple of months, we've seen a huge decline in food donations. So of course, then that means we're spending more money on buying food to fulfil those parcels that we provide to people. So yeah, I'd really like to focus on that and how we can really encourage people to start donating again, because I think that's really important. Yeah. And I'm not sure why it's dropped, but it's been like it probably since November. So I'm trying to think of ways that we can sort of really push that a little bit, and certainly volunteers are something that we're always in need of. We can never have too many volunteers, but we have been struggling for voluntary support at the moment. So, but I see lots of places are struggling for volunteers and are looking. So maybe it's a sort of a thing that's happening to everybody. But yeah, volunteers and donations at the moment are sort of our core focus on how we're going to sort of get that right, I think.
Okay. Yeah, so try the WhatsApp, definitely, because there's quite a few people on there, but also they know a lot of people. So that will help you. And obviously the Cooperate website to put on an activity that your cause is doing. So that would be your appeal for volunteers and donations, definitely. And obviously I always reshare anything that you put on Facebook. We'll try our best for you, definitely.
Thank you.
Have you got any questions for Leanne, Sarah and Jim?
No, we're all good. If you could add me back into that WhatsApp group, Hannah, because I left it when I went on holiday to Mallorca last year, and then when you resaid, because there's so much going on.
There is.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can mute it. It's just a matter of fact. If you are busy, sometimes it gets a bit too much when there's lots of people talking. All I can do is apologise.
I mute them, but when there's like 15, 20 messages, I feel obliged to go read. So I do that, and then kind of avoids the point for me. So I have the same with store managers chat. We've got like hundreds of messages a day. So when I bored, I try and switch off my phone. So I just left the group But then I forgot when you mentioned it. I was like, oh, I've never been re-added back in. So if I ever leave it, I'll say add me back in 2 weeks or whatever. So can you add me back in? That was the
Yeah,
only.
no problem. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
If there's any things for specific for anybody, all you have to do is hit at and then whoever the name is or the number or whatever. So then it goes, it gives you a bit more of a notification. Oh, this person wants to talk to you specifically. But obviously, outside of the WhatsApp group, you can always message somebody, as you do with me, Leanne, anyway.
I'm really sorry, Hannah, but I've got an appointment in 10 minutes, so I'm going to
That's
have.
fine.
Is that all right?
Yes,
I'm
we're
really
off.
sorry, but I'm fearful I'm going to miss it. So, but no, thank you. I'll catch up with you though later if that's okay, because I want to pick your brains up with a couple of things, if that's all right.
No problem.
Okay, all right.
Thank you, everybody. We'll say goodbye now.
All right, bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So what's that group?